Hello, my friends. My name is Adam and I review things. Today I am reviewing a movie called Double Indemnity, which came out in 1944 and it was directed by Billy Wilder and written by Billy Wilder and Raymond Chandler, and it was based on a novel that came out in 1943 of the same name by James M. McCain, James M. Cain, and it starred Fred McMurray, Barbara Stanwyck, and Edward G. Robinson. So the movie and the novel are loosely based on something that really happened. So I don't know if insurance policies do this now, but at the time, they would pay double if you died in statistically unlikely circumstances. So, for example, I guess if you worked on a train and you were killed by a whale, then your life insurance policy would be doubled. So, somebody figured this out in real life and committed a murder, and they were caught. So that real life plot loosely follows, well, the movie loosely follows that real life plot. There is an insurance agent, and he's played by um, Fred McMurray, and he basically gets introduced to the Barbara Stanwyck character, who is named Phyllis Dietrich's son, and she's married to this guy, and she says like she's completely unhappy. That happens later, but before that, she asks the insurance agent if she can take out a life policy on her husband without him knowing about it. And that's actually what they did in real life too. They took the policy out on the guy and the guy didn't know and they murdered him and then they got the money from the policy. So that's what she wanted to do, and the insurance agent was immediately suspicious and said no and then ran away, but then later, I mean, maybe not ran away, he left, and then later she came to him in his apartment, which is crazy because he's like, well, how did you know where I lived? And she said, your name's in the phone book, which is completely true, guys and girls. Like, and I remember this kind of world. Your name used to be listed in the phone book with your address. So anybody who wanted to go find you could just go to that address, right, and find you. So that's what she did. And they start an affair, and it's kind of unclear how much of it she is directing and how much he is directing. But eventually, he proposes that they'll murder her husband, and they'll do it in such a way that they get this double indemnity, which is kind of crazy because he's an insurance salesman and he knows all of the tricks that people do to try and collect to commit insurance fraud. But it seems like he is kind of driven also by the challenge of being successful because his plot is really intricate. Yeah, so his plot was really intricate, and that's kind of why he's motivated to help this lady murder her husband. But he's also kind of motivated by her because she's this kind of mysterious figure, and so they murder the husband, and it doesn't really get much better. The insurance agent becomes like this, not really racked with guilt, more racked with they're going to find out about it. And he finds out that the woman potentially may have murdered the first wife of her now dead husband. So he is like kind of thinking what he's gotten himself into. And at the end and at the beginning, he gets shot by this lady, and he's dying basically, and we don't know if he dies or if he lives and gets sent to prison for committing this murder, um, or executed for committing the murder. Um, so that's the basic plot of the movie. I have to say I did not like it very much. I did not like it very much at all. And the reasons why I didn't like it are it's hard to say. I mean, I know why I feel that way, but it's hard to be articulate about why I feel that way. And the first thing I think is that I've watched three movies recently around that came out around the same time. Singing in the Rain, which is about 5 years later. Um, Witness for the Prosecution, which is about 2 years later or 3 years later, and this one. And those other two movies are not trying to be cool, right? The the dialogue, while very witty in Witness for the Prosecution, is not trying to be hip or whatever. And so Raymond Chandler is famous for his like sort of hip dialogue in film noir and in novels. It doesn't work here, I think. It doesn't it's not like the dialogue is archaic or old-fashioned, but the main insurance agent guy, he keeps calling this woman baby, but he says it in like a 1947 or whatever it is, 1944 way. It's not like, yeah, baby. It's like, baby. Yeah, baby. 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 I ain't got nothing for you, baby, 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 baby. And it's so kind of annoying the way that he says it. I don't like it. I don't like his character. And I think so they do this kind of weird flirtation thing where he is like clearly hitting on her. And she, in the beginning, is clearly not interested, but she kind of uses him to get away with this uh, murder. And she's attractive, but also the hairstyle is very very weird because it's like it's a perm, but it's not curly, but it doesn't move, so it looks like a kind of a plastic plastic thing. But the hairstyle is not the worst thing about the movie. It's just something that I found interesting. So I think stylistically, it's really quite interesting movie. It looks good. It it looks like all of the shots were really well thought out. But then when the character, especially the main guy, and he has about 80% of the dialogue, when he opens his mouth, it's very, very annoying and I don't like it. But what do you think? Did you? I mean, this is one of the classics of film noir. And I was watching it and I was like, I can't imagine this being in color. Although I think if it was in color, it would be much more colorful than we imagined because, he's got like a 1940s tie and they go to like a grocery store. So I think, yeah, but I couldn't imagine this film being in color. It's very film noir. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know. If you like my reviews, please subscribe to the channel. I'm currently trying to get 100 subscribers. I currently have, by the end of Christmas, I currently have 99. So I think I can do one more by the end of Christmas. What do you think, guys? I think we can. Also, if you like my work, my channel is growing slowly, but if you really want to support me, please check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link in the description for this video. And I think it's a very unusual sort of Patreon, so check it out. And if anybody signs up, I think I would like to give 50% of the money to charity, but that would be determined by if anybody signed up, and people could decide then. Anyway, thank you for your time. Thank you for your effort in watching me, and tune in next time. Bye bye.